Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 fragrances that surprisingly enough I didn't think would be as beautiful in cold weather, but I have been wearing and loving, and I thought it would be fun to share them with you. So I'm going to share with you guys 5 fragrances from my collection that surprised me about how well they perform in cold weather. So let's get into it. First things first, cold weather for me might be different for you. I recently moved from South Florida, which is the tropics, to Gainesville, which is more cold. It's been in the 40s the past few weeks and I've been loving it, and that is frigid cold for me. So just letting you guys know, it's probably not frigid cold for anybody else, but for me, I mean, it is like Arctic. So these fragrances are ones that I particularly love. These are all some of my favorite fragrances in my collection, but I always attributed them to more springtime weather or very early fall when it was like in the 60s down south. That's when it was cold. And as it got colder up here, I figured these are probably fragrances I'm not going to wear until spring comes around. And as I was setting up my fragrance cabinet, I would like sniff things and wear things, and over time I realized these all perform beautifully in cold weather. So we're gonna start off with one that's a little bit more like, you know, you can see it working in cold weather, and it's from Imaginary Authors and it's Cape Heartache. Now this is a travel size. It is almost out. When I run out, I will be purchasing a large bottle of this or a full-size bottle of this. I did purchase this too, and this is one that I've just really enjoyed. It has that beautiful kind of like woodsy smell with the strawberry, but for some reason I always thought this smelled better in spring, and then as the cold weather came and I was wearing this, because I was wearing a lot of my travel sizes as I was moving, I came to really love this scent. So this has definitely started to be one I've been gravitating towards and wearing in the colder weather. It's really performed beautifully. The scent that's actually my scent of the day is another one that I thought would be good in cold weather, but I never really thought it would be like amazing in cold weather, and it has been so beautiful. And it's from Maison Lancome's and it's Parfait de Rosas. There's something about this fragrance that to me smells like Turkish delight, and this fragrance, like in the cold, is kind of taking me to Narnia weirdly enough, and I just like kind of that whimsy and fantasy about it has just been something I've been loving. So really freakishly love this fragrance just in general overall, and just it's just been smelling so sweet and so like picture perfect for cold weather that I'm definitely going to be wearing this a lot come when it gets colder here. Now going back to that rose, that floral, this one is probably a very astounding rose scent if you haven't had the a pleasure of trying it. It's Rose de Grasse from Aerin, and when I was wearing Parfait de Rosas, I kind of wanted to see what a more like less sweet, more true to rose scent would smell like in the cold, and this one just was so beautiful. It's very crisp, it's very slightly green, it's got that beautiful clarity and rose scent to it, which is just really fantastic. And just overall, like in the cold, again, kind of like Parfait de Rosas, it kind of has a sense of like whimsy to it in regards to like this one rose like growing in the cold, and it just has this like beautiful smell to it, and that's what this scent smells like, and it's just been a real treat to wear in the cold weather. And a scent that again is probably one of the most beautiful white floral scents ever created is from Serge Lutens. It's A la Nuit. This is a very, and I mean very, jasmine white floral heavy scent, and I always attributed this one to being better in the summer because I love white florals in the summer. And just, you know, kind of playing around and wearing scents that I hadn't worn in a while. I wore this one the other day, and it smelled so good. Again, it kind of added a little bit of warmth to the cool experience, environment, atmosphere, whatever you would call it, without it being your stereotypical kind of like gourmand, heavy on the wood, smoky fragrance. It was a little bit different, and it really was, I thought, very nice and performed really beautifully in cold weather. So the last one is one that, weirdly enough, again, is going into kind of like a fantasy, kind of whimsical, silly mentality. And most of these are just me being silly and a little bit fantastical, so to say. And it's the Harmonist Sacred Water. Now, this scent right here is so unique and so beautiful. It's very ozonic. It smells like how you think a cave would smell, like in a positive way. It's dry and damp and ozonic and minerally and earthy and cool. And in the cold weather, like, I don't know if you guys have ever gone on those, like, you ever go to like tourist traps, one of it's like, go in this cave, see this waterfall. Like, I used to do that kind of stuff with my family when I was a kid, and it was always like super cold whenever we would travel, and it was always super cold in this cave, and it always smelled super damp. And for some reason, like when it's really cold and I've been wearing this, oh my goodness, it has been so much fun. It just kind of like, it's like almost like a weird scent memory. It like takes me to like vacations with my families and caves in like Tennessee. I don't know, it's a weird experience, but I have been loving it so much. And so Sacred Water has been one that I didn't think would work really well in like colder fall climates, but actually has done a pretty tremendous job. All of these scents also have great performance and projection and all that stuff, all that great stuff that you want out of a scent in the cooler weather too, which is really nice. The scents don't seem to fade. They seem to have whatever their projection is, performs beautifully, be it a little bit more on the more subtle side or on the more loud side. They all tend to just pretty much perform and work really well in this weather. So that's it, guys. Those are 5 fragrances from my collection that I have been surprised by how well they've worked in cooler weather. It's been kind of like a fun little, again, like whimsical fantasy kind of thing, like scent memories and just taking me to special places and just kind of pulling me out of my environment. And it's just been really awesome, and I really enjoyed wearing them. So that's my little video. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'd love to know scents that you guys love to wear in the cooler weather that you would think, like offhand, looking at the notes, looking at how it's marketed, that wouldn't work in cooler weather but actually surprise you and work really well. Let me know in the comment section below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!